Hello, year one, and welcome to Teams. You may be watching me on YouTube, you may be watching me on Teams, and hopefully you have managed to find this video nice and easily. It's Monday, the 8th of February, and today in our English, we're going to be innovating a poetry text map. I've put up here that today is going to be shared writing. So what that means is we're all collectively going to be writing the same thing, and we're going to help each other out with that. Okay, all will become revealed and all will become very, very plain and simple as we go through the lesson. So for your starter today, I would like you to practice your cold spell words. Now, at the end of the week on Thursday, we're going to be doing our hot task. So today and tomorrow and Wednesday is building up to that hot task. So I'd like you to practice your cold spell spelling words, please. So I've chosen the first 5, which are school, she, so, sun, and the. Okay, and if we look at those, school, we've kind of got a sneaky ch sound in there. So school. Okay, if we were sounding out, it would sound very strange, wouldn't it? But we need to remember that the k sound in school is made with the ch sound, and there it is. She, that's a nice simple one. Sh, E. And when we say this E, we're saying the letter name, aren't we? We're not saying the long E sound, it's sh, E, the letter name. Same here with so, s, O. The letter name is O. Then we've got some, and lots of you spell this s, like a maths sum, but no, we want you to spell it like come. Okay, can I come to your party? Here's some sweets. Okay, and the last word is the. Now remember, lots of you say duh. Okay, this is a the. Watch my mouth when I do it. The. Okay, excellent. It's the th sound. The. Perfect. So what I want you to do is I want you to look, say, cover, write, and check each of those words. So look at it, say it out loud, then cover it or turn away from the laptop or pause the video and then have a go at writing them. And what you can do today, if you're on Teams, you can take a picture and you can upload it, and that can be part of your Turnitin. Okay, but please don't panic, you don't have to turn these in. And if you're on YouTube, you can send it in to the same email. Please remember, if you are emailing, we will not be checking the email address as much this week. So please don't panic if you don't get a response immediately. Thank you. So pause the video now and have a go at your lovely cold spell practice. Okay, so team, we're going to be looking at The Bear Came Down from the Mountain poem, and I've got it here, and I thought I'd remind you of The Bear Came Down the Mountain poem. We'd look at the structure again, see some of those lovely key features from our toolkit, and I can remind you of my text map that we created in school. So you can see here, we've got the bear came down from the mountain. We've got the bear came down from the mountain, yawning the morning away, and scratching and sniffing and stretching and itching and fishing for most of the day. Put the exclamation mark there, just like that there. And that is our first verse, isn't it? Up to there, that's our very first verse. Because remember, poems are like songs almost. They have a rhythm, they have a pattern. So they're organized in these things called verses. Let's look at the second verse now. The bear went into the forest, hoping to find some tea. Some of you may have thought that's meant a cup of tea. Some of you may have thought it meant his dinner or his food. And both are fine. And stuffing. So I've drawn him stuffing some things in his bag. And sticking. I drew a glue stick, so it reminded me of sticking. And picking. Okay, with his little fingers or his claws, he might be picking apples. And licking the honey he took from a tree. So there is our second verse. Okay, and you can see the second verse ends there. And I've got the same punctuation. Remember, punctuation is very important in our poetry. And there is the exclamation mark there. Now let's look at the third and final verse. The bear went back up the mountain, yawning from having his fun, and hopping and skipping and humming and singing and happy, ... with food in his tum, with honey and fish in his tum, yum. Okay, and then I've ended it again with the exclamation mark, just like that there. I've also got the 3 dots. Now, I introduced you to a very tricky word that means those 3 dots. Can you remember it? That's right, it was ellipsis. Have a go at saying that, ellipsis. Excellent. That's those 3 dots, the dun dun dun. Okay, it can be a cliffhanger moment, or like this, it's used in poetry to kind of say the sentence isn't finished. And happy with food in his tongue, it carries the sentence on. So let's look at our key features of poetry now. See if you can remember any of the key features that were on my poetry toolkit. I'll give you a sneak preview of the first one. Title. So each poem that we've looked at has a title. Remember, we looked at poems like At the Zoo or Bed in Summer. They all had titles. Okay, and the poem that we're looking at now, The Bear Who Came Down from the Mountain, that has a beautiful title as well. Can you remember any of the other key features that we searched for that made up our toolkit? Okay, let me reveal the rest to you now. So we've got rhyming couplets. So remember, those are our pairs of lines right next to each other with the rhyming words at the end, and they rhyme beautifully. Like, there once was a beautiful cat who liked to sit on the mat. Cat and mat at the end of the line, rhyming. What a beautiful rhyming couplet. A nice couple, a nice pair. Perfect. Let's see. Oh, a new line after the rhyming words. Remember, when it gets to the end and we've said our rhyming word, we start a new line. And you can really see that in the poem here. And scratching, new line. And sniffing, new line. Stretching, itching, fishing, they all have new lines. So when we're writing our poems, we're going to be using new lines. Now, I know that might seem crazy because usually teachers tell you, make sure you use all of the lines. Why are you starting halfway here? Why are you missing out this part? But when we're doing our poetry, they have a slightly different structure, don't they? Remember, those verses are organized differently. So you might only have a few words on the line and then you skip down to the next one, and that's absolutely fine. We've got punctuation at the end of each line, and again, you can see that very clearly here, comma, 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 ellipsis, those 3 dots, exclamation mark, and a full stop. Lots of different examples of punctuation. And someone in my class described that beautifully as symbols at the end of the line, which I really liked. Then we've got interesting verbs. Again, we've got tons in here, haven't we? Lots of our ing words. Scratching, we can do that. Sniffing, stretching, itching, fishing, we can do all of those. So those are our doing words. And other rhyming words. Now remember, they don't just have to be rhyming couplets, do they? And if we look here, we've got yawning the morning away for most of the day. Those are rhyming words, but they're not a rhyming couplet, are they? Because they're not a couple, they're not a pair, they're not right next to each other on the line. Okay, excellent team. Well done for remembering lots of those. The second question here says, what does innovation mean? That's what we're doing today. That's our learning intention. But what does it mean? Okay, excellent. So innovation is where we change key parts. We're just changing little sections. We're not changing too much, because if we change too much, it would get too confusing to write. It wouldn't be very easy, and we get all muddled. And we like to use the structure from our beautiful model text. Just like with Goldilocks, that was our model text before. We're now using The Bear Who Came Down from the Mountain poem as our model text. So today we're going to change the poem. It's a shared writing activity. So this means we're all going to come up with the same idea. Now don't panic, because on Wednesday and Thursday, you guys are going to the invention phase of our talk for writing, which is where you get to invent a poem using your own ideas. Same structure as The Bear Who Came Down the Mountain, but you get to use your own animal, your own settings, and invent your own poem. But today, we're all going to do the same. And the reason we do that is to really embed that structure in your head, really make you think about it, so that your hot task plan, which is your invention, when you do your hot task, it will be easier. Okay, so we've got so far, the bear came down from the mountain. What animal could we change it to? And what setting could we use instead? So instead of a bear, what could we have? And instead of coming down from a mountain, what could we have? Pause the video, have a little chat about what you think you could use, what animal and what setting. Off you go. Okay, now I'm sure you all came up with some fantastic ideas. Now remember, hold on to some of those ideas because we are going to be using those in our invention phase. Today, I have created, using the children that are at school, I've created an idea and we are going to all write that poem today. I know it sounds crazy, but this is part of our talk for writing. It's kind of our innovation phase where we all do the same innovated text, and then you guys get to do your free write, which is part of your hot task, your invention. Okay, so I have decided to change, and we decided this at school, the bear came down from the mountain to the monkey came down from the jungle. Now I've created a new innovated text map, and this is exactly what you guys are going to do today. So let's have a look at my poem, and I've underlined the original model text, and I've underlined the parts that we have changed when we've done our innovation. Okay, this is our group innovation. The monkey came down from the jungle. The monkey came down from the jungle, yawning the morning away. So you can hear we're keeping some of that same structure to help us. Scratching and sniffing and stretching and itching, and we couldn't use fishing because have you ever heard of a monkey fishing? Sounds a bit crazy, doesn't it? So I've changed it to hunting, and I've drawn a spear for hunting and hunting for most of the day. The reason I changed it to hunting is because it's still one of those ing words, isn't it? So it fits in with scratching, sniffing, stretching, itching. Okay, hunting for most of the day. The monkey went into the, now I've changed the forest to bushes. The monkey went into the bushes, hoping to find some tea, and stuffing and sticking and picking and licking. Now monkeys don't really like honey, do they? So I change it to the banana he took from a tree. It makes sense. Third verse, the monkey went back up to the jungle. We've got to change that a little bit there because we can't say monkey went back up the jungle. The monkey went back up to the jungle, yawning from having his fun, and hopping and skipping and humming and singing and happy with food in his tum. Bananas and bugs in his tum. Yum. Because I changed the fish that he was hunting to the bugs that he had found whilst hunting. So he was hunting for bugs and he got the banana from the tree. It makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to create your own innovated text today, and you're going to all create the monkey came down from the jungle. We're all going to be creating the monkey came down from the jungle. Okay, but you're going to do your own interpretation of that. So I've got a couple of challenges here. Challenge 1, you are going to change the boxes just like mine. So you're going to put the monkey came down from the jungle. I want to see your monkeys. I want to see your jungles. Okay, you're going to change the bear to a monkey. You're going to change the mountain to the jungle. The forest is going to be the bushes. The honey is going to be a banana, and the fish is going to be bugs. Okay, and we know that this blue box here is going to be hunting. If you choose challenge 2 and challenge 3, you still change the bear to a monkey, you still change the mountain to a jungle, you still change the forest to a bush, you still change the honey to bananas, and you still change the fish to bugs. And additionally, you are going to change the fishing, the stuffing, and the sticking. So you've got to change those verbs to words that monkeys might do. So you might change the stuffing to climbing. You might change the sticking to kicking, climbing, kicking, picking, licking the honey the bananas, sorry, because we've changed it, the bananas he found from a tree. So you've got to change those two verbs in these two purple boxes here. Remember, these boxes are color coded. So in the red boxes, you're going to do your monkey because we've changed it from bear. In the green boxes, it means a setting. So it might be the jungle or it might be the bush. In the blue boxes, it will be your what you've changed your honey to and the fish as well. So those are your challenges. All of the worksheets will be attached in Teams, so you'll be able to print them off, okay? And you'll be able to send in a picture of your completed work. Can't wait to see your text map. Please remember that we are all doing The Monkey Came Down from the Jungle. This is our shared writing first off. Okay, give it a go, team. Can't wait to see your innovative text maps.